Hey, it's Breckley. Today's video is gonna be a little different. That's just because today I want to talk about mental health. I've been on a health journey, an intense one, a really intense one, for the last 6 months. And if you have me on Instagram, which I'm kind of assuming all of you guys have me on Instagram because that's where I promote my YouTube channel. But you may have seen my post that was just me saying I don't want to please social media anymore. I want to post things for me and what I want to do and what I enjoy and love and am passionate about. And this is 1000% one of those things. And here I am sitting in my bus, which I'm also passionate about, and I'm also sorry because we actually started a business, so this is not a bus video, I'm sorry. But I am sitting in my bus, so you get to see some. And also, there's that, but we don't have to talk about that. I have seen some of my friends and people that I really care about just destroying themselves on social media. And it makes me really sad to see people, because fake it till you make it has always sort of been my motto. And so I've always just at least pretended to be happy, you know what I mean? Just fake that happiness until it actually hit me as true and real. And it doesn't take as long as you might think. It probably took 4, 5, maybe even 6 years to actually find true love for myself. And I think now that I have it, every single person deserves exactly that. They deserve to feel love for themselves and compassion and empathy for themselves instead of hating themselves and admitting that, and and that's okay to admit these things to yourself, especially if you know that they're a problem. But I want you guys to know that attitude is everything. My mom has always told me that, and I know that everyone's mom probably has already told them that. I want you guys to know that you can control how you feel. And you may not feel that way right now. And that's fine. That's totally fine. Because I didn't feel that way for the majority of my life so far. I never felt like I could control anything in my life. Not my emotions, not where I had to be every day, which was school, right? And sometimes you can't control those things. But there are things in life that you can absolutely control. And you should focus on those things. I just wanted to make a couple of points, I guess. Physical health and how that affects your mental health. I actually asked some of my friends, because I was telling a couple of people that I was making this video, and I kind of asked them, if you could speak to God, if you believe in God anyway, if you could speak to him or somebody that you believe in or something that you believe in, what would you ask? What would you want to know? And that's a very broad question. You could ask anything, right? Literally anything, because it's God. It's this all-knowing being that we're trying to talk to, right? And if he could have a physical voice, what would you ask him? And I sent it to my sister, and my sister asked, why does anxiety exist? And that's a deep-seated question, obviously. And there's lots of reasons for lots of things in life. And there's not just one reason for everything, obviously, because literally everything is interconnected. Everything is one thing. And nothing and everything, infinite possibilities in life. But anxiety is one of those things that people feel like they can't control. But I have learned through my own anxious experiences that it's hard to control, is kind of the thing. It's everything is harder than it is to say out loud, obviously. It takes effort, and it takes communication with yourself, a lot of communication with yourself. You have to have that conversation with you and say, listen, we're starting to feel this type of way. What is the situation that is making me feel this way, and why? Why am I feeling this way? And it's just sort of trying to rationalize why you're feeling that way, or unrationalize it, rather. When I was doing online therapy, which nobody knows about, so there's that. When I was doing that, my therapist sent me a document that was judging your own thoughts, being the judge of your own thoughts. And I think that's really important, and it was a lesson that taught me so freaking much, and it's a lesson that I learn every single day still. You have to give those thoughts a place in your mind where you can assess them. Put them somewhere where you can assess, okay, this is how I feel sometimes. And for me, it was like, I feel like ugly or stupid, right? I feel like stupid. I feel dumb. I feel like everybody hates me, kind of a thing. And I feel like a lot of people have the same thoughts that I know that I was having. And you just have to put that in your brain, like, okay, it's over here. What does it mean? Why am I thinking this about myself? Is it true? What is the evidence that it's true? What is the evidence that it's not true? Okay, so maybe it's not true, because there's way more evidence that it's not true than it is. And if you kind of, and it takes a lot of effort, like I said, but if you can do that with like every thought that crosses your brain, it becomes so easy and a fast process. My one that I dealt with the most was anger. And I know that some people deal with it in different ways, but I find that it's really easy for me to snap. I think mostly I was allowing it to happen, and that's the case, is you're allowing these things to happen to you. You're allowing it to hurt you, you're allowing things to hurt you, and you're allowing yourself to hurt you, most of all. And nobody deserves that. Everybody deserves love for themselves, like I was saying. So how do we change? How do we fix it? What do we do? What's the first step we can take? Judging those thoughts before they happen, I think, is an important thing, because then when they do happen, you can remember the experience that you had where you were untying that knot in your head and saying, this isn't true, this isn't what's happening, this is not me, I am a different person than this. And you can be a different person than that. And you can be literally whoever you want. You are magical. Every single person on this planet is full of magic and life and passion for something or someone or something, right? And that's kind of why I'm making this video, is because I feel like I'm most passionate about helping people, and this is sort of a way to reach as many people as I can. So that's what I'm doing this for. But I hope that you can do that in your own life and find things that you're passionate about, and I hope that you do them. I hope that you do every single thing that you're passionate about and explore them, and keep yearning for that, because it's so important to grow like that as people. And not, try not to get like stuck doing some mundane job that you're not meant for. My dad was talking about this the other day, actually, because he's a carpenter and he's like a manager at a lumber yard, I suppose. Every time he tried to leave, he would get dragged right back in. And so that was when he realized, after 5 times of that, getting dragged back into the carpentry, he realized, this is just what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm best at, and this is what I love, and this is what I'm meant for. And I thought that was really cool, because I don't know if there's a career path that's necessarily right for me or for every person in that matter, but I do know that I'm passionate about helping people, and this is about health. So let me kind of circle back into that. Finding your passion is one thing, but being healthy is super important as well. And treating your body with respect and love that you deserve, that every person deserves, is so monumentally important. You need to feed your body well, give it food that grew from the earth, that came from this planet, and you will feel much more whole inside when you do that. And that was a long way around the anxiety question, 1000%. I always do that. I'm always going around throwing out everything and not even answering the question. Anxiety exists because your body is fighting itself and your brain is fighting itself. And I find that if you can have a good relationship with food and with this earth, that you can have a good relationship with yourself in your head, because you realize that you're a part of it, that you've always been a part of it, that it's you, that you are this planet, you are a humongous part of this world, and you matter. You matter. You really do. I promise. And I care about you. If you think nobody cares about you, you're wrong, because I care about you, and I love you more than anything, seriously. And I think that's important too, is having people who support you and love you in your life. And I've always had that, and I feel so blessed because so many people don't have that. Anyways, there's I feel like 3 main pillars to health that I've noticed and that I've read about, because I've been reading a lot. But the first one is going to be the physical health, right? Which is what I just talked about, feeding yourself well, exercising, moving your body, giving it what it needs to thrive, right? And I think we all know what that means. And eating healthy is different for every person, but if you at least try to put your own meaning to it, it'll work for you. Number 2 is going to be emotional health, which is, the mental health, your emotions, and these 2 things are so connected. Most people don't realize, I didn't realize, until I was reading, 3 different health books by 3 different authors, and they all said the same freaking thing. So, those 2 things are so connected. Reconnect them, because I'm sure they're separate, especially if you're having self-hate and self-loathing and having these thoughts in your brain. These 2 things are probably not very connected for you, and maybe they are, but there's a 3rd pillar as well, and that is your spiritual health. And that is sort of why the God question sort of came about, is because in order to have a spiritual relationship, you don't have to believe in God to have a spiritual relationship with the world or with yourself. You just have to have some sort of belief either in you or in something. For me, I think we're all gods. I think all of us, when we die, we become a beautiful, intelligent creature that, soars across the universe and is all powerful and all intelligent. And I think that this life is something absolutely unique and beautiful that we're all experiencing right now. And there's so much going on with people. And there's so many people. And I really want to reach as many as I can and spread this message of love, because there can never be enough. There can seriously never be enough love in the world. You need to love the people that you hate, anyways, that kind of goes along with spirituality. So, anyway, another question that I got, my sister's friend said that she would ask God to bring back her lost friends and family, her past friends and family that have departed. And it makes me sad to hear that, because I feel like each person has their purpose in this life, and whether you've lived for 5 years or 10 years or 30 years or 100 years, whatever your life was what it was supposed to be, what it was meant to be. You were supposed to be here for that, and no more and no less. And you were supposed to affect the people only that you affected, and not more and not less. And those things change this world. So I think it is important to celebrate the lives of those who we've lost, instead of, we can, obviously grieving is a part of losing somebody. So you must grieve. You sort of have to. But I find it easier if you can at least celebrate the life that they had and understand that they were never meant to stay longer than that. Anyway, okay, so that's kind of all I wanted to talk about in this video. I kind of went all over the place, and I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to edit it to make it seem like I wasn't like literally all over the place, but maybe I just won't edit it at all, because I feel like I've said a lot of good stuff. But if you have any more questions for God, please tell me, because I would love to hear them, and I would love to hear other questions that you have for me or whatever. And if you guys want to hear about my experience, I would love to tell you about that too. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if I bored everybody, but for 18 minutes that this video has been running. But seriously, I love you. I love you so much, and I hope peace and happiness upon every person and everything in this world. God bless you all, Spirit bless you all, and I will be back for another video probably really soon, because this is something I'm extremely passionate about, and I want to share with as many people as I can possibly reach. So thank you again for watching. Please share this video if you liked it, and tell your friends, and comment. Comment anything and everything. Tell me if you hated it, if you loved it. I don't even care. Tell me everything. Thanks, guys.